center.
It's been determined by the town attorneys that what?
That this property, the properties in the industrial park are not shipping centers.
Okay, let me tell you your argument, okay? Based on the description that this memo has, it's like you telling me it's not an orange because it's orange. Okay? So it's very frustrating that you're treating me as if I was like if I didn't understand English. I understand that I have difficulties speaking English, but your argument makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, well, it's not my argument. There's been a determination that these companies are not prohibited to having deliveries.
I understand these companies are not prohibited to have deliveries, but you're speaking about 5 in the morning deliveries until 10 p.m.
That was my second part that I was going to discuss with you regarding, Chapter 207 with the noise. The building department does not have jurisdiction over that chapter.
What about non-nuisance industries?
Well, it's not been determined anything out here is a non-nuisance industry. So your complaint right now is these truck deliveries.
My complaint is that their operations are extending beyond their property. They're making noise.
Okay,
They're not a non-nuisance.
The
This operation is a nuisance. Okay, is a disturbance that is taking place every day, from very early hours to very late hours. That is nuisance. Okay, that does not qualify this operation as not nuisance, and Mr. Flynn knows that. And I don't understand what type of semantics games you playing, because a mailing center for a trading company is a shipping center.
Okay, well, you can contact the town attorney regarding that.
Okay, so you are acting upon with whose directions? Because obviously it seems
Mr.
that...
Katz, I've always been speaking to you on the phone and helpful. I'm not acting under anybody's direction, okay? There's been a determination by the town attorney that shipping centers, these businesses are not shipping centers, and deliveries to manufacturing companies are permitted. So if you have a question with that letter, I'm sure you have...
Okay, but what you have to understand, you have to listen to your language, Mr. White, okay? This is not a manufacturing company. This is a trading company. They deal with numbers. And what these facilities at 71 Mall Drive are a mailing center for the records. They operate in 22 countries, okay? And they have to issue financial statements to all their traders. And that's what this facility is. Okay? And
okay, well, like I said, speak to the town attorney regarding their memo of July.
okay, so the question is, based on your job, you are disregarding your job description and just following directions, correct?
No.
Because what the town attorney is saying in that memo...
Well, the town attorney's made a decision. They're the law department. That's what we're going with. It's not direction. They made a decision. Okay? Mrs. Katz, I called you back.
I understand. Listen, Mr. White. Listen, Mr. White. It makes no sense, because what the attorney is saying that it's not an orange because it's orange.
Okay, well, you can take that argument up with the town attorney's office.
Okay, so now regarding the non-nuisance, that is your jurisdiction. What are you doing about that?
We haven't determined that anybody's in violation of the non-nuisance industry at this point. So,
Based upon what grounds?
Mrs. Katz, I'm not going to get too...
Based upon what grounds, sir? Because I need to know. I'm not a stupid person. I pay taxes. I deserve to have an explanation. This company is disturbing my life.
Okay, you can take... Mrs. Katz, now that you're yelling at me, and if you can't act civilly, I'm not going to speak with you.
How civilly can I act when you are treating me like if I was a stupid person?
No, I don't believe I'm doing that.
Okay, so explain to me on what grounds you have determined that this is not a non-nuisance company.
We're still looking into the matters.
Okay, you are still looking into the matters.
Yes.
So when Mr. McCarthy is telling me, as of November 10th, that you're going to begin issuing summonses.
No, I spoke to Mr. McCarthy about that. There must be some misunderstanding. He said that the building department was going to start looking into the matters, not issuing a summons. If there's not a violation determined by the building department, we cannot issue a summons.
Okay, now let me ask you something. If I forward this email to you, will that make you realize how frustrated I am with Mr. McCarthy because he lies?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
How do you deal? Let me ask you, sir. From human to human.
We talked about this before.
From human to human.
McCarthy's my boss.
I understand, and I am not trying to make sides here. Okay. All I'm trying to tell you is to understand. You tell me I'm yelling at you. Okay. Understand my perspective. From human to human. How do you rationalize when people lie to you?
Well,
how could you deal with
I can't
lies?
answer that question.
Right. Nobody can deal with lies. Because
Right.
you know what? You're dealing on baseless grounds. You can't work on grounds that are not true, that are not facts.